Let's go for a drive in the 2020 Toyota Corolla. Upon opening the door, you're greeted with this thin portion which feels kind of cheap. The HVAC system is really nice and clear, but the infotainment offers Apple CarPlay only. It's awkward placing the tall bottle in the door pocket as the handle gets in the way. The center console cup holders are at a different level, but I wish the one made for taller drinks were still a little bit deeper. It's a bit disappointing to find out that there's not a good place to put the large US-size energy drinks, considering that this car will be driven by many younger audience. The hatchback had a larger cup holder in the back, but it's still not big enough. The headroom is only adequate for me, being 6'1", but the knee room is aplenty, just like the foot space. The hatchback was noticeably smaller inside. Let's go for a drive in the 2020 Toyota Corolla LE. I haven't noticed, but the hatchback is the only one we get with the dynamic shift CVT. But wait, why am I nerding out about the direct shift CVT? Well, you see, I'm a bit excited about this new transmission, as I think it's a clever system that combines the CVT with a traditional first gear. I'm hoping that having this traditional first gear will give me crisp off-the-line acceleration without having that miserable power sapping feel of the CVT. Which is the one I really wanted to check out. Obviously manual, having the option of manual is awesome too. Thank you Toyota for offering that. If those of you who are enthusiasts and have a not as bad commute as me, please go ahead and buy that version so that we can keep the manuals alive. But for me personally, I already have a manual car, so if I ever bought a second car as a daily, I would definitely buy it in the automatic. And that's why I'm more interested in finding out what the dynamic shift CVT feels like. I don't know about you guys, but in general, I find the Toyota Corolla kind of a boring commuter, normally found in gray or silver. Yeah, but I think for the very first time, this might be a Toyota Corolla I might be interested in driving. I know the CEO of Toyota, Akio-san, has been doing a lot of exciting things. I think he noticed that both the Toyota and the Lexus brand, they're just too much like a vanilla ice cream, a little too bland. So I guess nowadays we get the spindle grille on the Lexus, and I don't know, now we can get two-tone exterior finishes on the Camrys. So yeah, definitely. I know some of the design choices are a little bit controversial, but it's definitely not boring. So they're trying to also bring in some fun into driving dynamics as well. So right out of the gate, nothing really exciting about this 1.8 liter engine and the regular CVT transmission. Of course, the steering wheel is nice, artificial and light, but at least it's not the super over boosted steering and braking like some of the Kias I've driven. So kudos to Toyota for at least giving us the natural driving feel. I don't really like how you have to engage brake hold every single time you get back in the car. I think that's something that, you said it once and you should just forget about it. So yeah, I don't know, maybe if it's a safety thing or maybe something to do with electronics, but I don't really like that you have to set that up every single time. So power, okay, it's got some pickup actually. It's surely plenty enough to get around the traffic in town, so that's pretty nice. It just feels like I'm killing the engine every time I try to get some power out of it though. What's really nice is this dashboard. It's very compact. I think this is kind of a Toyota thing. I know my old car, the Subaru BRZ, had a similar thing where the dashboard is extremely thin from top to bottom, so you get a lot of leg space. It just feels like you're sitting in a more open cockpit, and also the area where the A-pillar connects to the body of the car is extremely squared off, and you get a huge window space, and it's awesome for visibility. It really is. Yeah, and again, very softly sprung, so you know, small bumps and dips really don't bother this car. And of course, this tests are the LE trim with a 205 55 16 tire. Yeah, you're not gonna really feel a lot of things. I don't know if it'll come through in the video, but there's like a very weird rattle or a vibration coming from a few spots. The one most noticeable is the one right next to my ear, and it's just a weird, like, small vibration coming from the seatbelt assembly. And you know, because it is right next to my left ear, it's just so annoying. That's something that would really get on my nerves. And I hear something along in the center console area here. It's not, that one's not so bad, but it's the one right by my ear that gets really bothersome. All right, coming to a stop. I'm gonna cover my feet on the brakes just a little bit. It's not stopping, it's not really stopping, okay. It's very conservative picking up speed, and it's super aggressive getting on the brakes. Jeez, I'm sorry. The car was trying to merge into traffic, and it was just an awkward gap between me and the car in front of me. So I don't think I would use this setting just getting around town. Oh, it's really picking up speed. It's really picking up speed, and it's not gonna stop on its own. That's so strange. Probably it works better in bumper-to-bumper traffic on like a freeway or highway setting, but just getting around town, no, it's kind of clunky. What I would like to know is the hatchback worth the extra money versus the LE or the L, or any of the sedan variants that come with the 1.8 and the regular CVT?
The SE hatchback was kindly lent to me from West Coast Toyota, located in Long Beach. If you're an enthusiast, this is the version you want to drive, isn't it? Its exterior design, along with wide hips and faux dual exhaust, suggests that this is the fun one. It's certainly nicer than the exposed cheap exhaust tip on the sedan, although the fake one is still not the nicest. The sporty edition comes with a 2-liter, 169 horsepower engine in either a 6-speed manual or automatic. The opening of the hatch was a bit misleading. I thought you could use the emblem like the Volkswagen Golf, since it had a large cutout around it. The hatchback has handles inside to pull the hatch down, whereas the sedan does not. What was the most shocking thing to me is that the sedan had a much bigger trunk space. Notice how much deeper, taller, and wider the trunk space is versus the one found in the hatchback. Thankfully, the seats go down in both, but the latches to release the seats are located in the center for the sedan, which is a bit of a reach. You can shift manually in the SE, but you cannot in the LE. The LE comes with a switchblade key, and the SE comes with a keep your key in the pocket keyless system with an upgraded key.
Okay, here we go. Okay, setting off in the Corolla hatchback SE. So this is the 2-liter with the direct shift CVT. Immediately off the line, I don't really feel any difference, to be honest, between the regular CVT and the direct shift. I don't know if it has to be put in sport mode to feel noticeable difference, but really can't tell. It feels like the hatchback is definitely a little bit stiffer, definitely more rear weight biased. Let's turn here. Drop it in sport just to see if that changes anything. Okay, no. Overall, it feels very similar. Corolla after all. I was hoping for a more noticeable difference, but I think between the sedan and the hatchback, it's really not that much different. You do get a nicer interior trim. I noticed the tack needles were red. The steering wheel is leather wrapped. The armrests are also leather wrapped, a little bit better padded. What's interesting to me is it's actually okay. You can feel the first gear a little bit. It does feel a little bit snappier than the normal CVT. So kudos to Toyota. I mean, it's mixing new technology and still gaining that miles per gallon. So I don't think it's night and day between the regular CVT and this direct shift, but yeah, certainly definitely snappier than the sedan.
So is the new Corolla fun? No. I think the Elantra GT or the Civic Sport Hatch is still a bit more entertaining to drive. Not to mention I haven't even driven the new Mazda 3. The new Corolla is still a sensible choice that just happens to look slightly more sporty. Thanks for watching this episode of REVlogue. Bye now.